Good night of Shabbos, Parshas Koyach. This week is Parshas Koyach. So, the world is created with 22 letters, 22 Eisiyas HaTorah. Bereshis bara Elokim Hashemayim v'Ha'aretz. Haklalu shekubes Eisiyas HaTorah nasirun alahem novim mekubes Eisiyas HaTorah Eliana. The 22 Eisiyas that was given to us, which means the language and your expression, our identity, our this consciousness of das. I want to say tremendous das, but das, that there's no such thing as there is tremendous das, absolute das, oneness, connection. So these letters, the Kuv Beis Oisiyas, are the combination, is the consciousness, is the how it shows up. The way we think, the way we connect, oneness, comes from, it's put together from, generates from the Kuv Beis Oisiyas. Light blue, like whitish, Kuv Beis Oisiyas, and it just pulses out from the das. Now these now there's many Oisiyas of how das shows up, but these Oisiyas, the Kuv Beis Oisiyas, the Aleph Beis, Eisiyas HaTorah, are the ones that have the code for the ultimate connection, the ultimate oneness, for the ultimate yichida, the just being present, all the way down, center line, all the way down. So these are the Kuv Beis Oisiyas. Now the Kuv Beis Oisiyas that we have here, that we're communicating here lamata, which means in low consciousness, which is whatever your day today is right now, depending on how high the temperature is on the red. They receive from the Kuv Beis Oisiyas Lamaila, like from its purest form. Which means, what does that mean in Lamaila? Here it's in Asiya, it's in blocks, so it's a lower frequency. Not really, but let's just, because it's Galus, so it's a lower frequency for now. And Olam HaMachshava, where your thought process and your feelings and your mahalach, that comes from more spiritual, it's more ruchni, it's more ruach, it's more ruach. That is the oisiyas from Lamaila, and then so on, and keeps going and going. But these are the oisiyas from Lamaila. Now with these, once we connect with the oisiyas, because we are going into oisiyas which is on higher vibration. So it's more like thought, it's more in my spirit, it's more in my, I just feel it. That's called Ruach, and that's where we tap into the Ruach Shel Mashiach. Center, the chest, that's where we tap into the Ruach Shel Mashiach, soft. It's, what does that mean? Because in the imagination is anything is possible. Imagination is the child. Imagination is the creativity. Imagination is Shechina. It's that humble and that vulnerable. Tamim is that is the purest of it. So whatever is happening down here, whatever is possible here, which is seeing stuff on a phone, on a plastic, and it shows up, it's here. it happens in the higher Aleph base also, because how did it get to the receptor? How did it get to this receiver? What happened? Where is it coming from? Where is it coming from? How did it end up on the phone? The image from thousands of miles away. Yeah, let's think about that. What's Taka the Indian? Is it receiving or is it projecting? I don't know, it's interesting. It's probably receiving, yeah. So fine, let's go with the receiving. So receiving is that so too we can receive, and the vart is in das. When a person learns lishma, when you're learning, so you can be meyachad the two Torahs, the Torah which is here in physical Welt, and the Torah which is up there in the world of the Ruchnias. Hu meyachad shemaim v'aretz v'hu kitch b'rich shchinta is meyachad shemaim v'aretz v'hu kitch b'rich shchinta. This is where you're experiencing a yichud of kitch b'rich shchinta. Whatever that means. It's strong amuna. It's strong. It's a different. It's a different energy altogether. It's a whole different. It's in the gut. It's soft and intense. So. I think what he's saying is Taman is like you get to taste it, or you believe in it. You believe, yeah, Taman. It's both. Taman is no, it's not what an eye. It's an olive. Believe. Amuna. So this is so what's happening. So we have koirach. Koirach is in machlokes. He's in conflict. He's in friction, and he's in friction. So what happens is that we know that when something like that happens, what's on the other side of that? Because let's keep in mind, Korech was one of ours. He wasn't, Erev Rav Tzigi Kimene. He's part of the consciousness. Korech Mitzvah Ben Kahaz Ben Levi, he's the real deal. So So we must assume that there's something on the other side. It's if it's mamish like it was so hakel, so delicate that people were really mistaken which side, what's real for a second. Did happen, and then it just the whole parsha is very intense. The earth opens up and swallows them in. It's like there's so much going on over here. It's wild stuff. It's where the Eibusha talks to Moshe, and the interaction, and it's like, oh, hibadlik achalos and karaga, move out of the way so I can kill them all. Move out of the way. What does it mean? And if you are in the way, what does that mean? If you don't move out. Fine, just to, it's talking about the das, the consciousness of das. It just was able to hold. To hold and stay present. Stay in his kasher, stay in present, and of course, at some point the kelim can explode, because we're talking about get out of the way. The creator, the Eibusha says, move out of the way, because I want to kill them all. I want to do something, and there's a negotiation almost to say. Kiviyachol, I'm not even sure. So it was a holding, and that is koirach v'cholei dasai, and the Tefer Shlomo goes all on in the das that Moshe was calling in the Chachma bin Das of up there for them to telling the lower realm to connect, and he didn't want, because over there he felt that in the Torah Moshe An were proceeding. They were listening, learning Torah from Eibusha himself, and he was already second hand. So he's like, in that I can't compete. But in the Mainsa, I could compete. Because over there, it doesn't make a difference, as the Rebbe says in a Sikha, the tefillin that Moshe Rabbeinu atungetin and the tefillin that any Yid puts on is the same. In the Mainsa, it's the same thing. The greatest and the smallest, it's all one. So if it's all one, then so Korach was triggering split, which means that there's tremendous Azaz de Kedusha Koyach of Achdus. Because what's on one side must be, something is pressing it. Something pushed so hard that he couldn't hold. He got inflated. Or he did, and he went all the way to the end. So he triggered this ultimate yichid over here. This das, this new level of das, this intense. Because even at such a high level, seemed like there was some sort of a split, because if he was mamash, stopping here, because soft maybe he did what he had to do, because Chaim Sha'ola, they went down Lebedik, so he did a job, so we can connect, which means that even the lowest of the Aleph base is obligated and can connect, because the same way he went all the way up there and he made a task down there, you can also make the same mistake. It's Ela Umazeh. That's the opposite side of Korach. Because if I don't believe, if I keep questioning myself, keep tapping into the negative side, but this is not and that is not working out, instead of staying in the positive, you're questioning. This is proper questioning of presence of Yechida, of oneness. So Korach, the big, okay, he got swallowed up. Mit dem Angeschlingen. So and because he didn't want to connect the small Aleph base with the big ones, same as the Meraglim, they compare it to the Meraglim because they wanted to stay in the midbar. They didn't want to do Oila Masiyah. They wanted to stay in the volcanoes. So that is the word. That is like the strong iskashers, which is ultimate iskashers will connect to Amunah. And what that means is becoming present with it. It's not a theory, it's not a concept. You become present, you become one with the das, one with yourself, with your core, with what you stand for. What stretch have you taken? What achlot have you taken? It's Gimel Tammuz. Gimel Tammuz means that it's a very, very powerful day. No jokes. No jokes. We spoke about it. It's like the only reason we are here. We have this language is because of that. It's because of the Rebbe. So understand. Forget about all the lower Aleph base. Get to the higher conscious of it. What's the message? What are you feeling? What are you feeling? What's going on? And then that's the job, to bring the low Aleph base and raise it to the top. Even the judgments, everything goes up. Connect them all. They will follow automatically. They'll fall away. So the das, Chobis, Oisius, it's all in the letters, expression. So I think there's another interesting thing over here because with the matzah. Okay, fine. In other words, Korach was questioning, like told Moshe, like it's one. Fine, all right. Next time. Have an awesome Shabbos.